All right, let's do a quick recap on everything you really need to know about rate laws when it comes to data tables and how to find them. So step number 1 here, it says, what is the rate law for using this data? So I'm going to look for things that are the same and then find things that double. Like right here, I can see that this is the same for A and my B doubled. That's kind of a first place I'm going to look. I see that my concentration of B doubled, but the rate stayed the same. So in my head, I'm thinking to myself, okay, the rate law looks like this. Rate equals K times A with something and B with something. So if I am doubling, in this case B, then I'm asking myself, to what power would it equal the same? Or in other words, 1, because 4 divided by the 4 times 10 to the 5 divided by 4 times 10 to the 5 would equal 1. So in my brain, 2 to the what equals 0. That what is going to be 0. Sorry, 2 to the what equals 1. So that question mark is representing 0. So my rate law, my number right there is 0. Any number to the 0 power equals 1. Now I'm looking for my B spot. Oh, that was my B. I'm looking for my A spot. There I'm going to be looking at the top to the bottom. That's where it's the same. And top to the bottom here for A is doubling. Top to the bottom doubled. Top to the bottom it's same for B. And so I look at my rate and I can see it didn't just double, it quadrupled. So I say to myself, 2 to the what equals 4 because it quadrupled. In this case, that would be a 2, that question mark. So my rate law is just as I wrote here. Rate equals K times A squared, B to the 0. Now I want to find rate constant. That's the K value. So I can pick any lane that I want. I'm going to say the rate, I'll take lane 1 because why not? 4 times 10 to the negative 5, 4.0 times 10 to the negative 5 equals K, that's what I want to solve. My A is 0.1, so 0.1 squared, times my B, which is 0.1 to the 0, which is really 1, so I don't really need it. In the end, I'm going to solve for K, and I get it to be 0.0040. Now I got to think about units. So when I'm thinking about units, I can see that this is molarity, and it's squared. This rate is molarity per second. So I'm going to divide both sides by molarity squared. And when I do that, I end up with molarity on the bottom, because the squared cancels or reduces down to 1, and seconds on the bottom. So molarity to the negative 1, seconds to the negative 1. Now we're looking at part C. The rate of the reaction when A and B is this. In other words, I'm making a separate lane. I'll call that lane 4. And my A here is 0.050. My B is 0.1. So then my question is, well, what's the rate of the reaction here? Here I'm just going to plug in my numbers. Rate equals my K, 0.0040, times my A, which is 0.05 squared, times my B, but it's to the 0 power, so again, I really don't even need to do that. And I'll find the rate of the reaction, if I choose to use these ones, is 1.0 10 to the negative 5 molarity per second. There you are.